Hi, this is my new Shirogorov Hati, and I was holding off till I got good enough on the Wii sharpening system to tackle this knife because I didn't want to screw it up, and it turned out pretty good. This is M390 steel, and it came with like I think it's like a 20 or 21 degree bevel on it, which was really sharp, but it was just ground and didn't look all that pretty. So I tried to think, well, how far should I bring it down? And I decided to do 18 degrees, and it turned out pretty nice. Now, it didn't look this good when I was done with the Wii. Pretty close, but not as good. I had a couple problems. The diamond stones went through really well. I didn't have any deep scratching. But when I went to the ceramic, it didn't look as good when I was done with the, was it 1.6? So I'm going to have to figure out what happened there. So I didn't even bother with the other side of the ceramic. I went to my Chaucera stones and went through those 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. By the time I did the 10,000, it was about 50% of this mirror. And then I went ahead to the leather strops and did the, was it 1 micron and half micron. And it was almost as good as this, but not quite. And that's when I went to the strop block and finished it off. One of the problems I had with that I've talked about in some posts is that the shoulders on these guys, and here you can see what it is. I took a Dremel to it and sawed off a shoulder on each side. When you set your knife up, how to show this. This thing hits this before it gets to this edge. On the KME, I had that problem and I didn't know it, and I ended up grounding the bolsters a little bit. Grounding. So I ended up taping all that stuff. Well, I didn't even want to risk something like that with this, so I pulled it apart, which was no easy task because there's 3 rows of bearings on each side, and they sit in a cage, but you pull it apart and the bearings go everywhere. Actually, they stick together, but you got to pull it apart if you want to clean them. So it's a little bit of a bitch to put it back together again. So then what I did is I only sharpened the blade itself, and I had tape all over this area and this area. When I set it up in the jaws, someone had mentioned that it's not always true or perpendicular to the base, and they were right. I found out by fiddling with how I lay in tape in here, I could get it true within somewhere between 0.1 and 0.3 degrees. I suppose I could have spent longer, but at some point you got to say it just doesn't matter. It turned out pretty sharp. After I was done stropping it up here, I cut all 4 sides of the telephone book paper. But it's like my 4th take on this, and I haven't been able to do it. This is the easiest edge. Okay, that's really nice. Let's go for the next easiest edge. And this is the next harder one. There's something about the grain structure of the paper. This is the hardest edge. It wants to rip apart as soon as you... So I'm not going to do that anymore. I've had knives that go through all the way. It might be that when I strop this, I'm still learning the art of stropping. I know how to make things mirror sharp, but I'm not sure if I'm preserving or bettering the edge, because the strop block, while what makes things really pretty, it's I was going to say it's a softer leather, but it's not. It's pretty hard. And yeah, I think that's it for that. I want all of my knives. Let's see if I can do this without cutting myself. I think a really sharp mirror finish on an edge really improves the look of it. So that's that.